Yep. Soon. Sending data. There we go. Very good, very good. Alright. I think we are good there, my friends. Alright, we get this out of here. We'll get the main screen up again. Oh, my camera has bowed out as it does, as it tends to do. That settled again. All right, and I want to have it on there. Do I? Here. Let's fire up some Logic Town just for the sake of argument. Have some puzzling time, and we talk maybe a little bit about games too whilst we're doing it. Okay. And that for a moment. Get the audio on here. Why does it go, huh? Okay. Fine. Fine. To the hotel. Alright. Roy Harbor. No abandoned car. 3x2. Alright. Let's get this puzzle game going as we do here, friends. If you haven't seen this one before, it is a logic puzzle game. I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe there was a game in the DOS days called Puzzlin that was very similar to this, where you basically use deduction and logic to figure out, like, each of these squares should have just one object in it. You gotta figure out, based on the hints they give you on the right there, which squares should have which. And 3x2 is a relatively easy one. They get really more complicated as we go. So for instance here, one of these rows has both the backhoe and the sawzall, or circle saw. We know the drill has to be to the left of the chainsaw, so that means the drill can't be rid of that. There's one worker standing between the backhoe and the chainsaw, and they must not use the must not use that. We don't know yet where that. Not a lot of hints. But that said, that means there's one worker between them. There's only 3 columns, so that has to mean that this is the chainsaw. And then that also means that this is that guy. There's one worker between them. If this is that guy, then he is. Okay. Which also means that this is true now. And then we just have to figure out which one of these is the truck. Well, we know the truck can't be between this and this. So that has to. There we go. That was one of these. They get really, really complicated. So 5x2. Your debris from. Alright, so Cass is the only person qualified to use that. So this is. Jim is not qualified to use that saw, so we can remove that. The worker with that must not be assigned to that, so that means cast doesn't drill. We got here. So that needs. So that truck is used to the left of the other thing. That means that truck can't. And then this truck needs to be to the left of that, which means that truck also can't be here. That's the extreme right. There's one worker standing between that truck and that saw. So we still don't know that one yet. Safety regulations dictate we must not use chainsaw next to that. So chainsaw can't be here. Got it. So what else do we have here? What else can we do? So this guy, there's one worker standing between that and that, and they must not use. That doesn't necessarily. The worker doing that also needs this. Which means. Wait a minute. The worker with that is standing directly between this and this circular saw. So, can we figure out circular saw? I guess sawzall, or I don't know, a handsaw. I don't know what. I don't think so. Well, we know. What can we figure out here? We know this is to the right somewhere. But it could be any one of the. How can I logic? Sometimes you just gotta guess too. What else am I missing? So this saw, there's a worker standing directly between this and this saw, which means the saw has to be here because Jim can't use that. So this has to be the saw. And that means the worker standing between them is using this truck. There we go. And then there's one worker standing between that truck and that saw, but they must not use this. So that means this can't be. Well, no. That. and a truck and that. So this can't be here. Actually, this either has to be here or has to be here. Can't be there, which means this has to be the truck. And this is that. Alright. And then, oh, the guy using that is also in it. Alright. Well. Here the roof. Another 5x3. Alright, Jim is the only person qualified to use the the pallets need to be used to the left of that, which means they can't. What else do we have? Anything else with the install? No. Must not use cement next to that. One worker standing between that and dump truck. Oh, well, we know the dump truck is there. There's one worker standing between that and the dump truck. They must not use that. So that means that this is... There has to be one worker between them. That can only be this way. So this guy's doing that. And this can't. And we know whoever's using this has either that girder or the dump truck. So it's got to be the girder. Dump truck is over here. And then the one with the girder also needs to eliminate some things. And then that needs to be used to the left of that, which means only one place where that can... What else? So safety regulations dictate we must not use concrete next to that. So, or cement. So cement can't be there. Worker using backhoe needs to stand next to person using the stall, which means this can't be the backhoe person. And the worker with the bag is standing directly between the truck and stall, which means he can't be here, so this can't be the truck. Alright. But if he's between those two, the only one who can be between them is here, so this is that. Alright. So next to cement, we cannot use that one, which is fine. It's not been removed already? Yeah. And so All I need to know now is which side is the saw and which side is the truck. Because it could be either one around this. So truck. That. Let's think here. Worker using that needs to stand next to that. So can I further eliminate that stuff? See, now you gotta kind of have to just guess. Well, wait. No, I did that. I'm getting the picture. All look very similar. But that needs to be standing next. Standing next to means it could be either one of them. Which would mean that this guy has to be holding that. Okay, there we go. Then if this one is here, then this truck. There we go. That did it. Alright. Remove the ivy by 3. You see it's getting a little bit more complicated now. So Sancho is the only person qualified to use that. We'll do that. This needs to be used to the left of that. That doesn't really help right now. I already know where that's being used. This worker with that is staying directly between that and that, which means the only person who could be standing between them, the poppy here. We'll do that. This. And then that means that we're using that machinery. And the worker with that and that must not be assigned that, so then that means it. Okay. And then there's one worker standing between that and that. They must not use. So between the drill and the pallet, drill and the pallet, which means they can't be over here because they have to be standing between them. So that means this can't be the drill. Pallet can't be either of these people. So it's gotta be oh, we don't know which one of these guys is the drill and which one's the pallet. We know it's not this one. Well, there we go. There's the pallet. And there's the drill. Okay. Worker with the stall is standing directly between dump or the front loader and that. Okay, front loader and this. This has to be the front loader. That. Alright. Work with the saw standing directly between the chainsaw is directly between that and that. Worker using the truck needs to stand next to the person using that. Which means truck can't. The worker with pickup truck must not find that, or the dump truck must not be behind that. That needs to be used left of, which means this has to be here. That's the only thing to the right. Make it left, which means this can't be the dump truck. So the worker with that has either the pallet truck or this that they have to have. Alright. And the one with cement has that, means it can't be this guy. And is that in fact this guy? And he has to stand next to truck. There we go. Alright. Motoring right along here. Rebuild back. 3x4. Alright, Big Ed is not qualified to use. S is the only person qualified to use that. Mark that such. Pallet needs to be used to the left of the drill, so this can't. There. Worker using the bag needs to stand next to the person. So that means person must be using screws. There's only 3 people standing there, which also means you've got the and you can't have and the person that's all has to stand next to the person commits. What? Oh, it must not use it next. Damn. Oh, just answer. I mean, it had to be in the center. I thought it was. I should have rolled over it and read it. This guy can't come because you have the tape measure. And so we know the pallet has to be to the left of that, which means the only thing that this. There we go. Okay. Move boards. 5x4. Worker with that and that must not be assigned that, so we know where the tape is. So we have and you do not have that. Big Ed is the only person qualified to use cement. Mark that as such. One with cement also has tape measure. Okay. Bag needs to be used to the left of the pallet, which means one worker standing between the nuts and the back. It must not use. Okay. Yeah. This worker with that, which is cast, also needs either screws or that drill. Well, they don't have the screws, so they have. Has. Sancho is not qualified to use. From there, and the worker using that needs to stand next to the worker. That we don't know. We haven't rolled Sancho out. I can't just assume it's over. Worker with the girder is standing directly between that. All right, so then this has to, and this. Okay. Worker with the chainsaw must not be assigned. I don't know where the chainsaw. Yeah. Worker using that needs to stand next to that. So this guy has. Okay. And question now is using pencil. So what is this? So there's one worker standing between that and equipment. And they're not. They must not use that. I need to know where this thing is at. Well, the saw. This that Cass has to be used to the left of the saw. This is the other. I got that. So then you're not using. Eliminated that. And you also can't be using these because there has to be someone standing between you that between these two things. So that. Which means don't know where though. The worker using that needs to stand next. So yeah, I've definitely missed. But I've unlocked. Clearly I've unlocked something. What is it? I think in one of these, I can know which one yet. Ooh. That excuse me. I don't see another. We know this one worker standing between that. So we know that can't be you. And we know can't hear. And we know this can't. This. Okay. The person using that needs to stand next to that. Means this guy has. Okay. 5-4. Plaster the walls. Alright, what do we got? Cass is the only person qualified to use that. Oh, it's glue. I couldn't tell what it was right there. Worker with pallet must not be assigned glue. Safety regulations dictate we must not use glue next to the nail. Neither of these can be. There's one worker standing between the bag and the nut. They must not use that. So, I guess. And we can eliminate the dump from there. Also, that worker is using. tag needs to be used to the left of the tape, which means the tape has to be here because it's not. And then the person with the tape also has cement and that. Person with the drill has either that one thing or the dump truck. One worker standing between crew and the dump truck. They must not use tape. Crew truck must not use. The screw could only be on either one of these things. Oh, but the person with the screw also needs that. So this has the screw. They also have this. Which means this person has the dump. And then not have the dump. Worker using pallet truck needs to be standing next. So neither of these. What? Oh, that's. Worker using the pallet truck needs to stand next to. Oh, that's. Oh. I didn't even see it over here. Well, now we know the answer. Oops. Botched one. I botched that one. Which means... Yeah. Yeah, that's true now. Oh yeah, and he's got... So the cable gun needs to be used to the left of that truck. So cable gun can't be here. Worker with that standing directly between that and that. That there. All right there. Means this can't be it. This cable gun, and then this has to be echo there. Or the whatever. Which one's the chainsaw? Which one's the regular saw? Missed some. I'm missed. Feeling I've missed here. Tell me. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, here we go. Worker with that also needs either chainsaw or that. He's got. There we go. Alright, 3x5, fixed design. The worker with the drill and the paintbrush not be assigned that. So they have the drill and the paintbrush. Not be assigned this. Okay. The person with the drill has either the screw or that, so they have the screw then. Jim is the only person qualified to use the mint. Again, is not qualified to use the paint. Okay. Worker with the saw also needs a pallet, and that. So the only one who could satisfy both those things. Excellent. Reopen hotel 6x6. All right, now we gotta get cross-eyed. Okay. Sancho's the only person who can use the dump. Bang there. He's the only person qualified to use the staple gun. Next page here. Back to that. So the truck needs to be to the left of the paint. That means it can't. Worker with cement is standing directly between glue and staple. So you have cement and you have glue. Person with the glue also has paintbrush and the cotton. That paintbrush. What else? Worker using staple gun needs to stand next to the person with the thread. Nothing on that page yet. So the worker with the girder is staying directly between saw and the glue. this person's got to have to follow that, all right? And this person has the mirror. That paintbrush needs to be used to the left of that. Means it can't. What else? That's all right now. Using the wood needs to stand next to the person with. Have enough information on that yet. The one with the circular stall has the nails, but cannot have. You have the nails, cannot have. This. What else can we eliminate? We know that this worker assigned to that vehicle has those pants, which means that vehicle can't here and can't. And we know that this worker with this has a jacket, so that. And the person with the jackets is, there's a worker standing between the person with the tape measure and the person with the jacket, and they must not use that equipment. Not go ahead. No. Oh, here we go. There's one worker standing between tanker truck and the cement. They must not use that. So, what do we mean that this is that? And they can't use that. So the tanker truck also needs either the roller or that power tool. Oh, the worker with the cement also needs that. You get that roller, means you get this power tool. Okay. Person with that roller cannot stand next to someone with that. Yes. Okay. So that equipment. Don't know yet. We don't know yet. Wait. This guy also needs to have a bag. And the pencil. Which could be either one of the. Can't eliminate that yet. What am I missing here? That needs to be used to the left of the paintbrush. So the only possible place that paintbrush will fit. That's to the right. Alright. The paintbrush has to be used to the left of the drill, and the only possible place that means is the drill. Okay. What does that mean? That for me now. That. So the person using the pallet truck has to be using that saw and that screw, which means it can't be this. Also can't be that. There we go. So that means you're using this saw and this screw. Okay. And then you're the one with the hand. But you can't use. All right. And the person with the jacket also needs that thing, which means the person can't have it. Which also means this person can't have that. There's one worker standing between the tape measure and the jackets. They're not using that, so that can only be one thing. But who? So you have to have the jacket. You have the tape measure. No. And the worker using the wood has to be staying next to the person using the tape, which means you can't have the tape. You have the wood. There we go. Oh, right, and this goes with the jacket. You already knew. And then you also have the bag and for the brush. A couple of brushes. The person with the tape cannot have. All right. Cool. Did that. Now on to the bakery. 3x2, remove window boards. All right. Baker using that is standing to the left of the person with. So Baker making that is standing to the left. Rolling pins be cream. First with the cream as the chocolate cake. Which has to be this because this other thing has to be made spoon, which they don't. You've got. And that means you've got the rolling. And you've got that. Go. 5x2. And the cream is staying to the left, so you can't cream. You're making that staying to the left. Cake is being made by a baker next to the other one up. However, the cream is staying to the left of that. Means you're using this. Well, means you've got to. And you've got. And that's not being used by this. And the rolling pin has to be to the right of that. Good. By 2 now, so Davina is using the roll. There is using. Eva Rose is using spreader. Means also making this. And that's being made by Baker next to that. This is Baker making chocolate cake is staying to the left. That's Baker making chocolate cake is staying to the left of that one. Means you can't hear. And the baker using that thing to the left of that. So let's. Oh, that's being used by baker next to this. So Lewis, that. Which means you're spoon. That's not being made by a baker next to the cup. And we know the cup is to the left of that. Oh, and that's being made by a baker next to cream. So it couldn't be. It would have to be, by process of elimination, have to be this. Using that. Right. Which means the left of that has to be the chocolate cake has to be left of that, which it will be, but it's also got to be to the left of that, and the top has to be to the left of that. That means it, and this can't be next to it. I think it's this here. The limit. Okay. And one of these is chocolate. Chocolate cake is not being used next to this one. Means this can't. There we go. Okay. Capsule on here. Got a broken car, fix a sewer leak, clear debris. Let's do the 3x3. Lewis making that. Baker making that and to the left. Music. That is being made by Baker next to that. Rolling pin is the left. The cream is being used. I'm using camp. Baker making chocolate cake is to the left of the blender, so blender. There we go. Which means you've got the cream. Which means you've got a spoon. The sewer leak. 4x3. So Pepe is making that. That is. And with the cream is also using the blender. Does not make Baker between the blender and the chocolate cake, and they're not making. They're not. Spoon is that being used by Baker directly between the spoon and scale, which means it has to be this person. Just don't know which side is the spoon and which side is the scale. Be made by a baker next to the rolling pin, which means you are the spoon. You are. Debris. 3 is making chocolate cake. You're using that and to the left of that, which means using the scale, stand to the left. What else do we have? One baker between a rolling pin, cutting board. They're not using. So the rolling pin is being used by the baker directly between those two things, which means Lewis has to be using the rolling. And then the rolling pin, there's one baker between the rolling pin and the cutting board. Not mixer. You're using the rolling pin, and then you're also this. That work means we're using okay, and I think you're using that staying to the left of that. So this person has to be doing because of the control. You're doing this. Means you have the scale. Okay. And so cream. Person using the cream is using the blender. So you're not. And you are not using cream. That's being baked directly between those two things. So, only place that could be. And it would be. Anything would have to be here. Whatever. Or whatever. Coffee. Thermos. Blender, probably. Sure. Using that, it stands to the left of that. They also have the spoon, and it's not used to make that. They also have the spoon, so you can't. Can't have the cream either. There we go. So you've got the blender. Excellent. 3 is making that. That's being used by the baker directly between those two things, which could only be and blenders being used by baker next to creams too. You cannot do a net. Loosen this. And the cutting board has to be to the left of that, so it can only be this one. So what else do we got here? So that's being made with that. Can't be it. This. Alright, so we know this. We also know the person with the spoon and that are being used by the same baker, but not make go here. Spoon is not there. So and rolling pin, and we know the cup is not being used by the baker. Okay. Okay. Push 5. Being used by same baker, but not to make. We're not making chocolate cake, but you do that right off. You can't be wearing this. And the rolling pin is being used by a baker directly between that. Doing this. Rolling pin, Jasmine. Have here can deduce. The cutting board is being used by baker next to that. So that you there's one baker between the mixer and the apron, or a mixer and the other thing, but they're not using apron. We know that cake is being either has the blender or the chef hat. So that can't be being made. What? Oh. Well, now I know. Made an incorrect assumption. Which means you can't have this. What? Oh, am I looking at Blender? Blender and so we know that you're because I goofed up as I do. Means one of these guys is the Blender and one is full chef's outfit has to be to the left of the Blender, so this has okay. So what else here? Can I determine anything else? We know this has to be done by the pound. Yep. That, there we go. Yeah, I goofed up a couple times there. That's unfortunate. Finish road. Bye-bye. Blur is making there. Rolling pin is yeah, I already know where to rolling. So you must be has to be to the right of the rolling pin. Being used by a baker next to chef's hat. Could be either side. Chef's hat. There's one baker between the chef's hat and that. They're not making that. We know chef's hat is being used by we know chocolate cake has to be to the left of that. Yeah. And the cup is being used for the blender. So yeah. One baker between apron or the other apron. Means that green stuff doesn't have apron, has boom. So this can't spoon. This can't be. Which means this can't be there. Means you can't do a cream either. The person using that has to be. I was using the balance. Okay. That eliminates that. Notice. then the chef's hat there means you can't be doing that. This. And between that and that, they're not saying that. Means they've got spoon. Right. Person with the cup also has the blender. And then there's a cup is being used by a baker directly between those. Well, you can't be using cream. I don't have the right over there. Chocolate cake has to be to the left. Friend. So oh, but the cup and this go to have that. Which means this goes here. And that goes there. Right. Chocolate cake is to the left apron, so that's repair faulty door. So arrows make chocolate cake. The cream is not being used by baker next to apron. One baker between spoon and they're not using that. Well, there's only one place where an apple box means they're not using the blender. That means the spoon is and between the apple box and that, you're using this. And this. Okay. And you've got this one. It's not being used by baker next, so you have to. You're not next to them. And this. Okay. Who's using the chef's set? Oh, the mittens are being used, or the gloves are being used by the apple. Speedy. Lewis is making Blair is making that. Food has to be to the left of something. There. Cutter has to be left of something. So that. Have here. Mittens are being used to a baker next to Fleur. That means Fleur's not using them. They're being baked, or that's being baked directly between the mittens and the. So that means the mittens have to. You're baking that. Okay. And the apron is being made with that. You can't. The chef's hat goes with the rolling pin. Go. And that's not being made by the person with the. And not being used by a baker next to the mittens. What else? So that has to be to the left of the rolling pin, which means you're the only one. The rolling pin's all the way down there. So that's being made either with spoon or with. So that means you can't. Oops. Wait a minute. Could be used with spoon or the. Can't really limit. I mean, I sort of can, but I sort of can't. Spoon has to be to the left of the apron. Apron has to be. There. And that's being made with aprons. That goes there. Which means you get this. Have a spoon. Right. Spoon is to the left of the apron. Any of those. Cream and that device are next to one another. What else do I know? Oh, just that is in the middle of cutting board and the blender. Your cutting board. Your blender. Oops. Coordinating some things. What else? So there's one baker between that and that. I'm not using that. This has to be. Which means the cream has. And oh, the one with the baker hat is being called out earlier. And the balance is being used by the person with chef stuff. So the balance is chef outfit. Yeah. Okay. Renovate ground floor 5x5. Is making that. And Eva Rose make that. And you are making this thing here. Spoon is to the left of that, so neither of these people, any of those three people have the spoon. Neither of the other ones. It's also you're use this cube. And you're using the blender. Okay. And this is the left of that. So that's being made by Baker next. One using mittens. You must. You are not making that. And there's one baker between those two things. They're not wearing the mittens. So no. Well, it can't be. It can't be. we go. Rolling pin is being used by baker directly between the spoon and the. So that means this person has to do this. You're using the rolling pin, and you've got. Okay. Which means you can't. If you're using the spoon, you can't. This. That. And actually, that has to be to the left of that. My one's in. That. Using the cream being used for next to one wearing. Which could be. Can't be you. But it could be either of those. Flour is not being used by a baker next to. Okay. Which means that does that really mean that flour is the one on the end? I'm kind of thinking it does. Because if either one of these is coffee, then it can't be there. So it's gotta be. There's one baker between blender and the coffee, and they're not using hand blender. So it has to be. Have to be hand blender. You have coffee or cocoa, I guess, whatever. Probably cocoa. It just looks like a coffee scoop. For reason. Which means who is wearing this? Right now. To be awesome, right? So what logic have I? Oh, so you have the cutting. Because you're either the cutting board or the mitt. So then who's the? Well, that means. No. I mean that because I was gonna say that means you're the queen because then wearing that, but that's not. Oh, the person with the coffee is wearing that. You have cream. There we go. Okay. By 3, cafe seating. So you have one and the butter. Like butter. There's one baker between the butter and the thing. Not using that, so you've got to be using this. You're not. You're using that standing to the left of the blender, so you have using that standing to the left and so can't. Coffee is next, or the cocoa's next to. You can't. And you can't. No. There is one baker between the flour and the blender. You have to be using a flour. Means you're also using the mitt. Or not. Okay. Means you can't. You can use between the baker directly between sugar cubes and mitt. So sugar cubes here. You're using this. Good. This has to be here. There. Okay. Person using the blender is not doing flour. That's true. Cocoa is by someone wearing pants. So it has to be you by process of elimination. What? Oh, it's being used by a baker next to one wearing. So one of these people is wearing pants. And they already clicked that one wrong. That'll be this pant. And there. Because I goofed up. Well, the person with this is using the mittens or that. We're using that, means you have this. Alright. One goof up. Middle floor, 4x6. We've got milk. Pepe is making that. Which means you've also got mittens. And between the mittens and the spoon, chocolate cake. You're using the sugar cubes left of first with the bananas. Any of those. Cutting board is to next to balance. There's one baker between that and the or the tomato. Not using that. That could only be that could only, so you are strawberries or whatever, and you also the blender is not next to that, so it has to be on that. Which means you also have that. What? Oh no, that cake had either that. I read it. Which means the bananas have to be here. Because the sugar cubes are gonna have to. And the rolling pin goes with the egg. The only possible place we can do that and cutting board is next to that, which means it's gotta be here. Okay. And the chef's hat is not being used by cool. Very cool. Go and renovate the top floor. Eva Rose is not using it. Eva Rose is using rolling pin. Blur is using chef. Rolling pin means that she's using the hat. Okay. Butter is to the left of the apple stick. Okay, so the strawberry or whatever it is and sugar cubes go together with that outfit. So here, yeah. That outfit, and then the strawberries and the there could be multiple things right now. Butter is being used next to sugar. Sugar cubes are being used with the cutting board. Cutting board and then the flour on the other stuff. Oh, and the cream is the left that can't. And that and the butter go together. That here. That cream go together. There. Or apples and the mittens go together, so the apple there. The apples, mittens, and the these three things go together. Or we remove it. That is between those two things. The only more than one beat through for right now. Think here. We know the mittens and the apples. Cream and blueberries together, but without the I have. Well, we know that this is between two things, so it can't be on either side. Eliminate that. this is between two things. They can't be there. Oh, we know cutting board, sugar cubes go together. Sugar cubes have butter next to them. And the butter has to be to the left of the box of apples. Box of apples goes together with mittens and the Coke. Missing a. Oh, we know that these have to go with butter. Go with the butter and not spoon. We know that the apples go. Multiple paths here. Like multiple answers. Oh, right. Like what relationship am I? Spoon and the sugar cubes. Spoon. That doesn't. I feel like I gotta give it a test. Means I'm gonna be very wrong. One baker between flour, cutting. They're not using that. Wow. Yes, dumping me because there's a couple different things. I can't seem to eliminate anymore. Without taking a wild ass guess at it. As soon as I take a wild guess at it and I get it wrong, suddenly everything will open up too. Problem. Oh. Only power can be one of board. Cutting board and sugar cubes. What is looking? Where do the sugar cubes go? There'll be cutting board. There'll be the apron, other thing, and the sugar. Basically, the entire column has to be free. That contains that thing. It can't be between cutting board and the flour, but it is on the ends of something in an apron. So it can't be here because cream has to be to the left. Right. So it has to be don't think it can be here. Right. It has to be one of those two. You can get all the way down there. Important flour. So you have to have those between it. And those on either side plus the cutting board. Using the butter, and the butter is next to the sugar. The butter has to be to the left of the apple. The left of the apple. Which means wait, left hand. They have to have a mint. Butter goes there. There, and it's next to the switch. Are a spoon on one side. And then the sugar cubes themselves fill out the entire rest of the line. Cutting board is on that line. The cutting board and the flour are one away from board and flour are one away from. Like, I put the cutting board there. Sugar cubes go there. This goes there. That goes. And the sugar cubes here. And the spoon is over there. This in between. One with the spoon does not have the butter, and the other orange. Butter next to sugar cubes, but to the left of the apple. So the apples can't be here. I think apples are at this stuff. This would be occupied with sugar cubes, and then the butter maybe. And there has to be a thing between that and mock for the thing apron. Apron. Yeah, I think this is. Yeah. Yeah. Means you have the mittens. And this. And then you are the spoon. I guess you are. Okay, messed it up. Found to mess something up here. I did make a guess here, so I guess, you know, beggars can't be choosers. So then this and this right there. Means this has to be the cream because this. Means this has to be butter and that. Flour. Board. Flour here. Oh, there we go. Alright, I mean, I was stumped, and I did get one wrong, but screw it. FA seating by 4. And we know the rolling pin can't. We know the chef's hat. Means the apples can't be there. There. And the spoon can't be. Oh, actually the chef's hat is here with the spoon. Which means that there. And then the apple here. Eggs. Alright, and then the pants are being used next to the apple. So, no pants there. Pants there. Blueberries are not being used next to this just yet, so no. There. What? Blueberries, butter, and then that. Blueberries, butter. That only could be on this other side. So the butter has to be here. I don't know which side's the blueberries. Well, I guess the blueberries have to be. Cake butter. And then the butter has the mittens or up, but not. So up goes with bananas, but not with apron. that pants have to be on either side of it. Right. So, oh, and the mittens go with answers that. The butter has can't go. And the cup has the banana. And then the goes over. Rolling pin has to be to the left of cutting board. Cutting board can't be. So where's not being milk not being used. There's one barrier between the milk and apron. They're not using this spoon. Milk, and so it's got to be milk here. Yeah, milk there. Apron. And not spoon in the middle. Not. So whoever's wearing that has to be able to have the sugar cube. The other things you can't. There we go. Where this. Okay. The milk is not being used by the same person using that. So you're using this. Cherry. Trying to figure out what. So the cutting board and the rolling. That is not next to the rolling. So the rolling pin has to be here. That means the cutting board has to be there. Launch Bakery 6+. There you go. Be the last one for tonight, I think. Lewis making that. Eva Rose is making that. Means they're using this. And that's so just as the mittens or the mixer. This here, that can't be here. And apples are being used next to blender. rolling pin and ant on either side of the Buddha. Whoever's making that either has the spoon or the Coke. Be one of 3 people. Oh, the cup also, but not that. That down even more. That's good. Next page. 1 baker between the cup and balance. They're not using spoon. Okay. This and no spoon for you. Alright, and then that's being baked directly between the ant and the, so you are making that. Very good. Means that you don't have the spoon, you have and the pant and the rolling pin. So there's a person between them, so you have the rolling pin. And you have the Buddha. Person with cream is not next to the person with the pant. Not you, and it's not you. What? Oh, you. Just that camp. And that. Both of those cases already. Oh, you are using the milk. And you're not making the chocolate. Should I have this? That worked. And the flour is not being used next to the cocoa. Or the cocoa is not being used by baker next to the third. You're not. It is being used. That is being. Flour is being used in between these 2 things. So the only thing. True. No, it could be here too. I was gonna say it could only be here, but it's not true. So I mean, flour can't be. So there's that. Just that. It's gotta be to the right of this. camp. We've got the mittens are not between cutting board and the green. The only ones who can have cream are here and here. So I don't think I can make it. Well, we know the mittens are either here or this blender. So if the blender were there, we need the hand blender to be, or the mixer was there, we need the blender to still be to the left of apple. Maybe here. Or no, they have to be next. Next to. Tennis flower. This has to be paired up with the blueberries. The blueberries can't. And they can't be there. So then this has to be with blueberries. Okay. So if that's the case, we need bananas on one side of flour. And that will be two things. I need to eliminate the other part of that. So this guy has either the spoon or the cocoa. He's got the cocoa, so we know the spoon is not there, so we've eliminated that. So spoon is not between the balance and already know. We already eliminated it. Milk. Apron is to the right. Okay, the apron is to the right of this. Okay. So that means this can't be here. We already know because the mittens go with the other. Well, either go with that or no. Either. also means this can't be here. Eliminate that. Apples have to be... Apples have to be next to someone using a blender. But... I think they have to be on the right or something. I didn't... No. I'm wrong with that. Apples have to be next to someone using a blender. So really... You know, I mean, this guy could be... Right? So the cutting board and the cream are one away from each other. So how does that work? Because that's cutting board, cream. Gotta be, so the only place that could work here. Cream there. Cutting board there. Means you can't have mittens. Right? If you don't have the mittens, then you've got... There we go. We still need to satisfy this with the apron. Flour and the banana in line with one another. We know it can't. I know the apron can't be here because we can't put bananas over. We can eliminate. So apron can't be here either because there has to be flour between them. Alright, then there's the flour. What? Oh, yeah, okay. That's right. Bananas are over here now. Because I... That went up. I probably too late. You could go back. That's over there. That also means the apple got here. Then this guy here. There we go. All right. We finished 2 things, hotel and the bakery. A lot of levels in this thing. And of course there's a free roaming mode, or whatever they call it, free play mode. Just do whatever you want with that. So yeah, cool. All right, good stuff. Had some good gaming tonight, some puzzles, and finished up Super Mario RPG. So that is all good stuff. That means I gotta figure out what's coming up next for next week. As far as like the Stargate stuff goes, that looks like it got pushed back to January based on what I'm seeing on the store page there. There hasn't been like an official announcement, but their store page now says, 5 weeks, then pushed back 5 weeks. So we'll see on that. I'll probably take that off the calendar for now until we get something more definitive. And what else do we? So pretty much we finished Super Mario RPG, and we finished Chance of Sonar. Kind of leaves a very, very open-ended play thing here, because I don't have really anything else listed. I have a bunch of stuff on my obviously on the long list of games to play. I just have to figure out what I'm more in the mood for. I mean, I could start, maybe if I look at the mods and stuff, I could maybe start can't think of the name of it now. I had it on the tip of my tongue, and it is gone. But we were doing a franchise playthrough of it, and I intended to come back to it at some point, and eventually finish it. Why can't I think of the name of it? We did number 1 in the series, and we did the expansion, and now I got 2 and 3 to go. And the name of it just completely has left my brain. It is no longer a thing. Dungeon Siege. Dungeon Siege 1 and Legends of Arana expansion we did way back earlier this year. So about time I moved on to Dungeon Siege 2, get that started. So maybe we'll do that. That'll be something different. Still an RPG, but it's action RPG. And then I need a different genre probably. I try to have 2 different genres going at the same time, at least 2, just to give the extra variety there. So we'll see what else, I guess, on my list. So we got I'll have an action RPG, and then something. I might actually revisit like an old puzzle game or something. I mean, I could do a newer one. I could do, the Talos Principle 2. I never finished Talos Principle 1. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'm leery about doing it on stream, because I have a feeling I'm not going to finish it. Or I'll get to a point where I'm just so stumped that I just can't keep going. That's what I'm kind of worried about there. Let's see. What else do I have? Go looking through Steam here real fast. So, oh, that's right. I started Coral Islands, so we could actually continue with that. Although I don't know if I want to do 2 days in a row of Coral Islands. I mean, I do and I don't because obviously there's a lot to be done there. But I'm also kind of, it was going really slow, which is kind of annoying, sort of meandering a bit too much. Um, but it would be a nice alternative, a nice pairing with like Sun Siege 2. Um, and maybe we'll throw a third one in there as well. So I'm not doing. I was, at some point I wanted to get to my time at Sandrock here, but again, I know that's going to be a grind at some point. Would like to grab like Sea of Stars is something I definitely want to do at some point, but we're just getting done a bunch of RPGs, and so I'm trying to like. I mean, I like RPGs, and obviously I'm going into an action RPG, but I'm trying to like you know juggle it up a little bit here and there. Things. Terraforge still pretty early. I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, I could spend some time in Heartspace Shipbreaker. It's been a long time since I've played that. In fact, I think not even in early access anymore. Yeah, yeah, it's completely released now. I think the last time I played it, it's still in early access. I could do some Heartspace Shipbreaker, although that kind of has it. And there's always so much of that you can do before it gets to be old hat. I feel like Star Ocean Second Story R is definitely on the list at some point. Not sure about Spirit of the Island. I was looking at it and kind of more of a resort sim thing, but you know, we'll see. I've also thought about revisiting the old classics. Um, what was it? Evil Genius, and I never did play Evil Genius 2, which came out a while ago. Pretty sure. So I played Evil Genius 1 before a little bit, but not all the way through the game. But Evil Genius 2 would be a good one. I mean, um, that's a strategy game. Gotta really be in the mood to strategy because a lot of times I'm just not. A lot of times I'm just not in the mood to do it. Um, you got Islands of the Caliph, which is fully released. Um, maybe that, but that's straight up RPG again. Um, Pandemic Train is fully released. This is fully released. This was a interesting one that I don't think really got too much attention. It got attention when it first came out as a demo, but I don't think it got much attention after that. Kind of violently went out there. I don't know. It got mixed reviews. Like it has barely any reviews. Um, Even though the demo, I saw a lot of big names playing, and I played. So that's kind of weird. Happened there. Um, I mean, we could drop back into Starfield for a little bit because I'm still in my like, second universe of that, I suppose. I mean, that's always something I can always come back. Um, Another one. As you can see, I was trying to do off camera, I was trying to do a playthrough of Divinity Original Sin again, where I was trying to like record it and just put it straight to YouTube, but I didn't get very far. Um, I would like to get back to that at some point, but again, it's like RPG after RPG after RPG. I love RPGs, but after a while, even I get tired of just RPGs. I just need something else, just like a little short jaunt that will help me, kind of have some actiony events and stuff going through. Um, the Dragon Quest Builders was one I was thinking. Although the original Builders, I think that was on PS, and I would have loved to have played that on stream, but I don't think that ever got released outside of the PS4. Builders 2, at least. Um, I don't know. Um, I never like. I could revisit the Outer Worlds. It's been a long time, but I could revisit the Outer Worlds because I never finished the. I have the DLC for it that got released. I don't think I ever actually played the DLC. I played the full story game. I don't think I ever jumped into the DLC. I would jump in and maybe. I mean, if I. It's been so long that if I were to go back to the Outer Worlds, I probably would jump back in. I'd probably just start from the beginning, go through the whole thing again. I don't know. The story was meh, so I'm not sure I want to go back to that or not. Have a difficult one to determine if I want to go back to it or not. And then there's always the thought of like Monster Sanctuary is one I've been playing on the Stream Deck on the Steam Deck. Um, I never actually did that on stream. I guess I could do a new playthrough of that on stream even. But again, that's kind of sort of RPG. It's got some it's really a monster collecting thing, kind of like a Pokemon esque thing, but with platforming. So one or the other there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because there's other things that have come up. Like I've thought about maybe doing more of the Fortnite Lego stuff because I was enjoying that quite a bit. Um, there's also apparently a racing mode I didn't know about that I've seen someone else playing that might be interested in too. Not really sure. I The problem with Fortnite is I don't like playing it on screen, except maybe live. Like it's one of those things where if I were to exclusively stream it somewhere, I'd probably exclusively stream it on live space, and that's um because streaming it everywhere else, you kind of have to hide because it's Fortnite and it draws a rowdy crowd. Whereas at least on live space, the crowd it draws mature and not the crazy like like well let's I want to join I want to join. I mean, Like I can actually enjoy a single player, doing it single player. 25,000 for things. Yeah, I don't know. And the thing too, I'm worried. Like I was playing some Coral Island. I'm worried that the start was so slow that I might end up losing interest in it and not continuing with it. So we'll see on that. I'll give it another stream or two, and if I'm not feeling it, then we'll probably flip that off and find another thing to replace it on the old calendar. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That's kind of my thought process right now, my friends. Anyway, that will do it for me for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Let's see if there's someone on live right now on live space that we can go directly to. Let's see. What do we got going on? What do we got going on? You know what? I'm gonna send you over to James. James TV. He's doing just chatting right now about things. So I'm gonna send you over there. So you can say hello and all of those things. Please for you to go to I successfully copy that? I don't there. I'll do that. I will paste that in here. There we go. Into the live space chats. Please go watch Super James TV, live.space/watch/Super James TV. That would be wonderful and swell. And I think that will do it for me for tonight, my friends. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone has an excellent morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what it is for you. I hope to see you back here again in the future for some more stuff, whatever happens to suit your fancy. Until then, see you bye.